Everyone's arguing about border walls, but while we're distracted, something much bigger is happening. The United States is building an entire archipelago of immigration detention centers right here at home. And if you think that this story is only about immigrants, then you're missing the bigger picture, the massive expansion. Internal ICE documents shows the plan. Detention capacity is set to nearly double this year, from 50,000 to over 170,000 beds. That is not just bureaucracy. That is building an infrastructure designed for mass detention on a scale that we haven't seen before in modern America. The camps. Here's where they're going up. In Texas, Fort Bliss has opened a massive tent camp called Camp East Montana. Camp East Montana. It's already housing 1,000 people with room for another 5,000. In Florida, we all know that there's alligator Alcatraz in the Everglades, capacity up to 5,000, and a second site at Baker Correctional, nicknamed the Deportation Depot, with another 1,300 beds. In Nebraska, a minimum security prison in McCook is being converted into something that the locals now call the Cornhusker Clink. The Cornhusker Clink. In Minnesota, the shuttered Appleton Prison is being considered for reopening as a detention center. In Colorado, ICE is weighing up to 6 sites in rural areas. And in Georgia, the Folkston Processing Center is getting a $50 million expansion, pushing it to nearly 3,000 detainees. Why rural? Notice the pattern? These facilities aren't being built in New York or in Chicago, where media activists can watch closely. They're planned in rural areas, Texas deserts, Florida swamps, Nebraska plains, where oversight is weak and protests are smaller and detainees are easy to disappear. It's not just logistics, it's a strategy. The human reality. These aren't empty buildings. They're places where women have miscarried without medical attention, where children have been deported in the middle of cancer treatment. Senator Jon Ossoff's investigation uncovered more than 500 credible abuse reports. Pregnant women denied care, children neglected, SAs covered up. This expansion means more facilities, more secrecy, and more opportunities for abuse. The bigger picture. And here's the part that really should make every American stop and think. Once this detention machinery exists, it won't disappear. Who it's used on can always change. Today, it's the migrants. Tomorrow, it could be the protesters, or the political opponents, or just anybody deemed inconvenient. History teaches us one lesson over and over. Once you've built the cage, power always finds new people to put inside of it. Call to awareness. So yes, new detention centers are being built. Yes, they are. Across Texas, Florida, Nebraska, Minnesota, Colorado, Georgia, and more. While politicians shout about the border, the real story is the quiet construction of an infrastructure of control. The question that we have to ask is not just who are these camps for now, but for who can they be for next? Because once you built them, they're not going to go away. Hang in there. Thanks for sticking around, guys. Appreciate you.